Are live, and I am so excited to have you all here with me. What a day! What a day! Wow. Allow me to introduce myself for anybody new here who doesn't know me. Hi, my name is Maggie, and I call myself the substitute teacher because I have been on a health and wellness journey where I have been working with a metabolic specialist. I was tested for food sensitivities and I got a list of foods that I'm sensitive to. So all of the cooking that I do here usually is on my sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free lifestyle. So that's the food substitutions. But today is a very, very special day. I am beyond thrilled to bring someone to you all who I have been watching for years. And her name is Miss Aisha Williams. So let's say hello.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Maggie.
Oh my God.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here. So good to be here.
I cannot tell you what an honor this is for me, Miss Aisha. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
My
too.
cooking channel is 1 year old, and I know you've been at this a lot longer than me, but why I'm so excited, besides the fact that you said yes, is that you are the only other cooking channel that I know that cooks live. I live stream
Mhm.
every day when I'm cooking for myself or what I'm cooking for the family. And you know, most cooking channels are pre-recorded. They put the chicken in, the perfect chicken comes out, and we know that's not the real world. So if you would please, for anyone who doesn't know who you are, would you please introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, I am cooking with Aisha. That's what they call me, even in public. People see me out, they're like, hey, cooking with Aisha. But I'm cooking with Aisha. I have a cooking channel on YouTube, Facebook. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I just love to share budget-friendly meals. That's how I cook since I started, to try to help families to be able to still cook good on a budget. So most people kind of who I am. I know your people are here too, Maggie. Thank you all for showing up, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Feel free, Maggie, to share this with your people as well. Oh no, you look frozen. Maggie, are you frozen, dear? Okay, we're going to give her a second to come back. Sometimes things happen. So we're going to give her a moment and see if she comes back. And if not, you all will just restart it. It's no big deal. It'll be just fine. So I'll give her just a moment. We may have to restart it. So she'll be back. Okay. Mona says she'll be back. So let's give her a moment. So hello, everybody. Hi, Rosa.
And I'm back.
Okay, there you go. I said you'll be back.
Yes, I think we might have broken the internet. Thank you so much for
That's
the
okay.
wonderful
Yes.
introduction. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I see everybody chiming in. Thank you all so much for being here, whether you're watching on Miss Aisha's channel or you're watching on my channel. We are so happy to have you. But
Yes.
we are going to get cooking. So, Miss Aisha, you have a cookbook, and I want
Have
to
a
make
couple
sure.
of them actually.
Oh, you have
That's
several
my first.
cookbooks.
That's my first book. So the crab cake recipe is in the first book.
Okay, so I put the link to this cookbook in the description so you all can support Miss Aisha by going to her website. This cookbook, Home Style Cooking Made Easy, it
Mhm,
has 191 pages. She
mhm.
cooks everything. And when
Yeah.
I mean everything, the way that I found you, I can't remember who I was talking to, but someone had mentioned this like smothered cabbage recipe, and I had never heard about that before. And I looked you up, and I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. I absolutely loved your personality and your Southern
Thank
accent. I'm
you.
in the Atlanta area, so I know you're a
Okay,
Southern
now
girl.
you right down the road, honey.
I'm right down, right down the road,
Mhm.
absolutely. So I am going to get my apron on and we're going to get started. But I have to say, this is my first time ever seeing you collab with anyone. And I am shocked that you said yes, but I would love to know why you decided to say yes to me.
And here's the thing, I usually say no. It's not that I don't have people reach out to me to do all sorts of things. I've had requests to come on news channels, all sorts of things. I believe in God's timing. I'm big on that. I did cook with someone when I first started back in 2017. And from that experience, I learned that I need to just kind of just take a step back and let God lead me in that area. So when Maggie reached out to me, I in my spirit and immediately I said yes. I'm going to do it. And I clicked on this video she sent me to watch, and I just loved her spirit. And I think she's a beautiful woman, and I just want the best for you. I was praying for you earlier. I just pray that whatever it is that you want, that God gives it to you. So I'm excited. I'm ready for you to make these crab cakes, honey, and I cannot wait for you to try them. Okay,
Okay,
y'all better
so
try the
we are going to
recipe.
get started. Yes, ma'am. So we're going to get cooking. I see everybody coming through. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Please support Miss Aisha, and my gift to Miss Aisha for saying yes. Any cash apps that come to me are going directly to her during this stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let me bring up my counter, and we're going to do this view right here. Okay.
I love it.
Thank you. All right, so we've got the cookbook. And we have the recipe, but we have the recipe creator with us today. So even
That's right.
better. All right. So I'm going to show you all. This is the crab cake recipe that is in Miss Aisha's cookbook. So we need crab meat, mayo, mustard, lemon juice, onions, bell pepper, club crackers. How do you say this? Is it
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce? And then
I used to be a waitress, so that's how I know.
I wondered about that. So I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to start prepping the bell pepper and the onion. But if you would let us know how you started cooking. I'm the daughter of a retired home economics teacher. And my mom, just whenever she was in the kitchen, my dad said, Maggie, in the kitchen. So I'd love to know how you get started in the kitchen.
Okay, well, I'm definitely inspired by my grandmother. If you follow my page, I have a picture of her on my countertop, have always had a picture of her from the very beginning when I started cooking with Aisha. I love her so much. She's very inspirational in my life. So she used to cook all the time, and I just feel like she imparted some things to me, but it wasn't until I was 9 years old. I was staying with my mom at the time. She was heavy in her addiction, and I had to go in the kitchen and like make something up because she wasn't around a lot to cook. And that's how I got started at 9 years old. So I've been cooking for over 30 years.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And I love it. I love it. I have such a heart and a passion for cooking. So it makes me proud to be able to share those recipes with you all.
Yes, and it definitely shows. We can tell the love. So I'm going to move our
Thank you.
spices here and I'm going to turn my cutting board. I'm going to start with the bell pepper and then I'm going to get to the onion. I have a little hack on how to keep from crying when you cut onions, but I'd love to know when you're doing your prep, especially with onion, is there any little hack that you use to keep from crying? Watch this.
No, it's actually not. I just cook them. Cut them. Sometimes when I cut onions, I'm completely fine. And then sometimes when I cut them, y'all, I just be struggling. So I don't know if it's a certain type of onion. I normally buy the yellow onions, but different ones definitely are more stronger than the others. Because normally I'm fine. So which ones do you have today? The yellow onion?
Yes, ma'am. I have one yellow onion, so we're going to dice this. I believe
Okay.
red onion and of course like shallots and green onions are a lot milder, but
Mm-hmm.
white onions and yellow onions, and especially with me wearing glasses, oh my gosh, sometimes I'm struggling too.
Yes.
I'm going to cut my pepper. Now, your recipe says, and you can walk me through this for the red pepper. So for anybody new here, I do everything from scratch as well. I've been inspired by Miss Aisha. So I am going to prep the vegetables first, and then we'll do the assembly. So I'm skipping down to the red onion here. I'm sorry, red bell pepper. It's a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to just
So
go
you
ahead.
only need a half.
Half
So
of the red
half of
onion?
that, half of that red bell pepper will be just fine.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
also half of that onion. And like I always share with those who follow my recipes, please always do your own thing. If there's something you don't like or something you want less of, don't feel like you have to add all of the ingredients. The main thing I want you to get the seasonings, because that combination of seasonings is what's going to give you that flavor that you want, honey. Okay. So you can use as little or as much of the red bell pepper and the onion as you like, Maggie.
Okay. Well, I love peppers and onions. I like them
Me
fresh.
too.
I like them sauteed um, in a quesadilla or fajita or whatever. So I'm going to definitely go with half here. And I love, love, love your Southern accent. Would you like
Thank
to
you.
share anything about where you call home?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I was born in Tallahassee, Florida. I did not stay there long. I was a baby when my father moved us back to St. Louis, and that's how I got into, the home with my grandmother. I was about 2 when my dad took me back to St. Louis, and my dad was a great father. It's just that he was working a lot. He was in a band. He's still in the band. He plays the bass guitar. He's amazing at that. I can't wait to get him on live to play for you all, but he was out a lot, just, doing his thing. My grandmother was retired, so I would be with her. So I consider St. Louis, Missouri my home because I've lived there most of my life. I love Tallahassee, Florida, but my home is what I consider St. Louis. Plus, that's the place where my grandmother was and my father, and they are a big part of my heart. So, but don't get it twisted because I love the South now. I love to be considered a country girl. I'm very country. I love to fish. I do all of that. I love to get dirty, honey. I'm not afraid of none of that. I do all of that, all of the above. So I love being considered a country girl. I go
Oh my.
fishing. I hook my own worms. I do all of that. I take my fish off by myself. I can cut my fish. I clean them. I gut them. I take them home and I cook them. So that is me.
Okay. Well, if Miss Aisha is a country girl, I will say I'm a Southern girl. I was actually born in Ghana in West Africa. My family came to the U.S.
Wow.
for education. So I'm an immigrant, but we came here when I was 1, and I grew up in Athens, Georgia. So everybody in my family went to Georgia except for me. But I definitely love the Southern charm and the Southern hospitality. And I'm a boy mom, so sometimes I have to get dirty, even though I don't want to. But I'm definitely a girly girl.
Cool. I'm a little bit of both. I'm kind of a girly girl, but I'm also a tomboy. Like I guess I don't mind getting dirty. I'm not prissy. Some
Uh,
some women don't like to get dirty. Like I'll get dirty, but then I'll get back cute again. So I'm okay.
Absolutely. As long as you get that cute again, I love it. And you are a home cook, and you also said that you were a waitress. But what I tell people on my class, like I'm just a mom and a home cooker. I've never been to culinary school. Have you been to
Nope.
culinary school, or do you think, what do you think about, those of us who are not professionally trained?
Well, I've never been to culinary school, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm okay with that, and that's why you'll never hear me call myself a chef. People who
Mm-hmm.
follow me know that I am very good about correcting people if they try to call me a chef, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those people have earned that accolade. Like I'm not trying to take nobody's shine. I would like to go to culinary school at some point, not necessarily to learn how to cook. I believe school just helps to add to insinuate what you already have. You have to
Mm-hmm.
already have the skill and the gift, or mainly the gift. You have to have that already. And school just helps to enhance it. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to make you into be something that you're already not. So, cooking culinary school rather is good to go to learn more things. I feel like I can always learn more. I love learning. And I'm also a teacher, so it's great because I'm always learning and I'm always giving out. So, but I would
Absolutely.
never. I
Yes.
call myself a home cook, and I'm proud of it.
I'm a home cook as well. So we've got our peppers diced. Is this okay?
Yes, looks
Okay.
perfect.
So now I'm going to move to the onion, and Miss Aisha says we only need half an onion. So I'm going to show you all the
Mhm.
little hack that I've learned when it comes to cutting an onion without crying. So what I learned, and I made a little YouTube short about this, whatever fumes are released when you cut an onion, they're looking for the closest water source. So that's why they come for our eyes and the tears. But if you get a little container of water and you put it next to where you're cutting, weirdly, the fumes will go towards that water and you won't
Wow.
cry. Exactly.
Okay,
So
girl.
that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Look at Maggie giving us some hacks, honey. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Maggie. Thank you.
You're so
Hi.
welcome. We are never the master of our craft. And I love what you said
Absolutely.
about culinary school. So when you go, I want to go too. So I'm just going to put a little tap water in
Yes.
this
Okay. Yes, and we can always learn something.
and just set it right here. And then we're going to cut this onion, and we're just going to cut it in half and then dice. So just going to
Yeah.
go straight down here. And I don't have proper cutting skills. So if anybody, there's so many ways to do
Girl,
this. So
listen, me either, child. We just gonna cut, okay?
absolutely. So we're just gonna
You're doing
feel
a
all.
great job. As long as you can
Oh,
cut it, that's all that matters.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my mom always cooked for the family. And it's just one of those things that she started me young, just chopping, the vegetables
Mhm.
and doing the prep. And that's like, what she was doing. I was just there helping out.
Look, Maggie, we gonna leave all the fancy stuff to the chefs, okay? We just gonna cut our stuff the best way we can, okay?
Exactly. So, when you see in a recipe when it says diced, to me, that just means small enough that you
Mhm.
don't have big chunks of onion in whatever, you're cooking. So you just want to get it kind of like small enough like this. And then I'm going to run the knife. Oh, did we lose there we go.
Yeah, we lost it, but it's
Okay.
okay.
And I'm going to run look, we call it struggle streaming over here. So sometimes, and I appreciate that because you have had issues with lighting or
Girl, yes.
sound.
Woo! I've had a lot of issues. You know, and I
Oh
tell
my
people, you go
goodness.
live, you don't know what's gonna happen. And for me, it
Oh.
seemed like something always seems to happen.
Exactly, exactly. You don't know how nervous I was to do this, but I'm like, you know what? If anybody would understand, Miss Aisha would understand.
I understand, Maggie. I do.
All
You
right. So you
know.
guys see, I'm getting it done without any tears, and I'm just gonna go over through this and just keep it close to the
Mhm.
water while you're dicing, and then that way you won't have any tears. If you all have
That
any
is
other
so
tips or
awesome.
hacks, please share because we don't know everything. We're just trying to figure.
Absolutely. I always be asking my people, y'all share with me. My people have helped me a lot. I have some really great supporters that follow me. Like they'll
Absolutely.
give me great tips while I'm cooking and they don't even know how much I really appreciate it because we don't know everything and I'm not a person that claim to know everything. I can
Exactly.
always learn something new. So,
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So you guys see, it's just me and my cell phones, y'all. So forgive me. I am not a professional. One day it's going to be a proper cooking show. Today is not that day. I'm just trying to get through this onion. But Miss Aisha, if you would share how you got started. I know your story about the stuffed pancake, but how
yes.
did you start cooking online?
It was just that. So I was laying in the bed. I love telling this story because God is so good. I'm laying in the bed on a Saturday morning, you all. I had planned on that Friday ahead of time because what I wanted to do on Saturday morning, I was a single mom of 5 children, and my kids were much younger then because we were talking about back in 2017, and
Mhm.
it was May 13th of 2017, a Saturday morning, and the Friday before, I went and bought cereal, all kinds of cereal and milk, so that when my kids got up on Saturday morning, they could leave me alone. That was the plan. Y'all get up, make you some cereal, and let mommy sleep in, and then I'll join you all soon.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
but the Holy Spirit woke me up, honey, early on May 13th of 2017 and said, go post your stuffed pancake. And I remember saying, why? I literally asked that. I said, God, why? I said, now you know I went and bought that cereal so that I didn't have to make breakfast this morning. So why are you not telling me to get up and go prepare a stuffed pancake? I'm
Oh my
serious. I
goodness.
literally said this. And the Holy Spirit said again, go post your stuffed pancake. Me being me, I got up. I don't play with God. So I get up and I go downstairs. I prepare all this stuff because I had to cook all of it, the bacon, the ham, the eggs. I had to prepare all this stuff. And I tell my daughter, Aaliyah, I said, come on, we're making this stuffed pancake video. She's like, okay.
Mhm.
So she comes and she's holding the camera and I'm making the stuffed pancake. I post it and it goes viral. I have no idea about social media, don't know nothing about social media, don't know nothing about nothing. I just posted it and went viral. And I was just like, what do I do? I'm like, what does this mean? What is happening? Like,
Oh my
so we
goodness.
just watched, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It got up to over 20 some million views. I'm telling people just reaching out to me saying, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, I don't know what it means. I don't know what to do. And so it's on my profile. So eventually I started my Cooking with Aisha page, but I didn't even know, like to this day, I don't know a lot about social media like that. But I've since had many viral videos since then. So that's how I got here. I wasn't trying to be here. Love y'all, but I wasn't trying to be here. I'm a background person. I'm not a person that like to be in
Mhm.
the front. I do not like to be on camera. That's not me. So now that I know I have purpose, I can show up with confidence. But before I was very shy because I don't like to be in the forefront. I do not. I rather
Mm.
be in the back. Okay, so, I'm just letting God have his way, and that's how I got here.
I love that story. And you know what? I didn't know that you had not thought when you got the calling to post the pancakes, you had already made them. Now, we had a question here I'm going to answer and then get our lemon squeezed. So, for everybody joining, my name is Maggie. I'm a new YouTube cooking channel and Facebook and Instagram, and I think TikTok and Twitter to Miss Aisha because she has a cookbook, and I asked her to do it myself that she said yes. So thank you all so much for being here. But my cooking channel, when I started my own health and wellness journey, I was trying to come up with creative ways to eat the foods that the ingredients that I have to eat. So I would just do all my own cooking. Then when I would get to the finished product, I would post that this is what I'm eating today. And people started saying, "Oh, you're really good." First of all, did you? Yes, I did. And then they would say, "Wow, that looks really good. How did you make that?" And so just putting in the comments, first you do this, and then you do this. So we were having this conversation, and that was it. Across a mentor of mine, the lead attorney, who has a YouTube channel. He's up to YouTube streaming when the pandemic happened, and he's so good at it now. He's heard him say, if you're over 35, you need to start a YouTube channel because you have life excel. And I'm thinking, well, people are always asking me about the food that I'm making. So I just turned on explaining to people what I had been answering all along. So that's who I am and how I do so much. And wow, I'm so glad you were obedient. Okay.
Thank you. And Maggie, the audio is chopping up, it's kinda choppy. So,
Okay.
I could make out what you were saying, but, I know that you'll see in the comments, it's saying the audio is choppy. Mhm.
And I'm back. Hopefully that's
Okay.
better. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So were you saying that, were you able to hear the story or it didn't come through?
Can you do it one more time? Only
I'm
because, I
happy to do
mean,
it more.
I could make out what you were saying, but I know it was kinda difficult to kinda follow a little bit, so
Okay, so sorry guys, it's me and my iPad and iPhone. I don't have professional equipment, but what I was saying is that my YouTube channel, for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I've been on a health and wellness journey, and I call myself the substitute teacher because I'm usually sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. When I
Mhm.
started my health and wellness journey and I changed what I was eating, because I used to be pre-diabetic, used to have borderline cholesterol, and used to have elevated blood pressure. And I was actually in your weight loss support group as well, Miss Aisha. So I would just cook. Absolutely, we're doing it. I'm down 80
Thank
pounds with
you.
at least 20
Oh,
more to
praise
go.
God.
Thank you. Amen.
Good.
So I started making the food that I needed to eat on my health and wellness journey. And then I would post the finished product, and people would say, first of all, did you make that? And I would say, yeah, I made that. Then they started asking me, how did you make that? So that's where I was saying, I would just go
Mm.
back in and in the comments, first you do this, and then you do this, and then you did this. So then when I came across the lead attorney, who is a mentor of mine, I'm a proud student of his. He's actually a retired attorney here in Atlanta who took to YouTube live streaming during the pandemic when everything was shut down. And I
Mhm.
heard him say, if you're over 35, you need to start a YouTube channel because you have life experience that people need to know. And I thought to
Mm.
myself, wait a minute. People are always asking me about these meals that I prepare. So I started my channel basically live streaming what I was doing because I had been answering it anyway. So that's who I am and how I
Wow.
started.
That's
All right.
exciting. I'm glad
That's
you did,
very
though. I'm glad you
me too.
started.
Me too. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay, so
Cool.
we've got our red pepper diced and we've got our onions diced.
Onion.
Now we need a half teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half and just squeeze so we have fresh is best. But
Okay.
if you all don't have, I'm sure this is a good substitute as well. I'm gonna go ahead and wash this.
Thank you, dear. I see y'all comments. I appreciate
Yes.
you all being here and those that
Uh,
are catching the replay, honey.
yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Maggie, I want you to be sharing more into the weight loss group.
Oh,
A
yes,
lot of
ma'am.
people could definitely use, your gluten-free and things like that, girl.
Absolutely. I definitely will. I stream every day. And thank you. And that's the other thing I love about you, Miss Aisha. You're always encouraging us to share what we're doing. I never want to just assume, you know how sometimes people just come in and tell about themselves. So I just
Yeah,
always wait. But thank you for the invitation. I definitely will be
you
sharing,
are
especially
welcome.
because we're all creatures of habit and we all just kind of
Mhm,
eat what we've always eaten. And sometimes people just
mhm.
don't know. So when we get to the assembly part, I'm definitely going to show you all some other ingredients. I'm going to make the
Okay.
full flavor recipe tonight, but happy to share with you all. And thank you so much.
Thank
Oh, thank you so much.
you. I
Maggie, the
appreciate
substitute teacher.
it.
Absolutely. All right.
Maggie is amazing, honey.
Oh my goodness, that is high praise coming from
You
me. Oh,
are, you are.
thank
And I
you.
know you know, but it's good to hear other people tell us too. You are amazing.
Oh,
So, and
thank you
that's one of
so
the
much.
main reasons I want people to always share because I feel like we all have a gift to share. I just believe that.
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
share what you got. We all need each other. I don't know why people don't get that. We need each
Yes.
other.
Mm-hmm.
You have
There's some
something
things
to
that
bring
you're
to the
good at.
table. I promise you. Yes.
100%. I believe
Yes. You
that.
better know it. You better know it. And once you
So
realize it, then yeah. Okay, Maggie.
oh no, no. I want to respect your time, so I want to make sure
Oh
I'm
no, you
not
go ahead.
rushing. So okay.
You're fine.
So I poured out the water, you guys. I was able to cut the onion without crying. So hopefully that tip helped. So I just poured this out and I'm going to use this lemon juicer. So we get our fresh lemon juice. Lemon goes great
Mhm.
with citrus. So this I
Mm,
just got
mm.
from Walmart. You just cut it in half and then you're going to put the seed side down in here. So this catches the seeds and I'm just going to squeeze. I'm going to squeeze the whole thing and then we'll measure out whatever we need for our crab cake. So
Okay.
you all can see it's literally just coming out. All right.
I need one of
So
those.
I will I will send you one and a live one and
Oh,
some Maggie
thank
merch.
you.
Absolutely. You send me an address, I'll send you a nice little gift
I
box.
sure will.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I think we have so crab, mayo, mustard, lemon, onion, pepper. Okay,
Mhm.
so now is it time for me to crush the crackers or you tell me
You can go
what to
ahead and
do next?
crush those because the
Okay.
thing about it is this recipe is so amazing because it's just really simple. All you do is you combine all your ingredients in a bowl, literally combine
Okay.
it. And then now the only thing, the crackers is the only ingredient that you're not going to add all of them. You're just going to add part of them into your bowl once, with the mixture. So just you want to crumble up. Does it call for what, 18 crackers? Those are
It does. I
small.
was going to ask you about that.
Um
So it
don't
says
go ahead and do half of that for now,
okay.
because you have a smaller can too. So sometimes we have to. It's all about how much we're making, because what you're going to do is you're going to put some of them. See, I use the bigger one, the claw meat. I think that's the one
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
use in
use
my
this
recipe.
recipe because I'm gonna
Okay,
share
so
it.
that's why. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why I did the 18 crackers because I actually used the bigger portion. But as you saw, she had a smaller container because you can get that. Then you would just
Mm-hmm.
use less of that because you don't need as many of the crushed crackers for those
Absolutely.
who are, yeah, following the recipe. So
So we've got a question
absolutely.
for you, Miss Aisha. I'm just gonna share with you all. So this is the club crackers. You can get these at any grocery store. This is what's in Miss Aisha's recipe. If you want a gluten-free option, these are the crackers that I usually eat. There's several brands. Mary Gone. You can get rice crackers or seed crackers or things that don't have flour if you need to avoid the grains. Today's a special day, so we're going to do her recipe, but I just always like to show you all some substitutes. And this is just sea salt, but they have other flavors too. And we are making crab cakes, Miguel. But we had a question from Brenda about how can they find you, Miss Aisha? Link is in the description.
I'm everywhere. Like, okay, so literally you can Google me. You could just Google cooking with Aisha and it will lead you to all of my platforms. I am on Instagram. Is cooking underscore Aisha. Cooking underscore with underscore Aisha. But like I said, if you Google me, it'll lead you everywhere. Facebook, it's only one cooking with Aisha. Of course, there's multiple fake pages, but I have over 1 million followers on that page. So normally anywhere I am, I have a large following. So that's normally how you know it's the right page. I'm not verified yet because you have to actually do media work in order to get verified. So I'm just waiting on the right timing for that. And then TikTok, same thing. It's cooking with Aisha, and YouTube, same thing, cooking with Aisha. So
My goodness.
you can
And
find
when
me
you
everywhere.
said When you say I have over 1 million followers, I know you don't think of the numbers, but I'm sure you remember. I saw you celebrated 5 years not too long ago, but I'm sure you
Mhm.
remember when you started. We've got some YouTubers in the community who, are starting out just like me. I started with 30 subscribers and it was my
Mhm.
family. So, how does it feel, or what do you think about when you say I have 1 million subscribers, or do you think about it?
I don't think about it. I actually didn't even know I had 1 million followers when I had it. I'm actually almost at 1.5 million. I remember when I remember just I had missed a notification about it because I actually never kept up with how many people were following me. Again, it goes back to me just not really knowing much about social media. I think sometimes we have these expectations, but I really didn't have any. I didn't know how many people I should gain at a certain amount of time, or like
Mm.
I never paid attention to that. So even now I don't pay attention to it. If I post something, if it gets one view, I'm happy. Like that's just the way I am. I've always been like that. And the thing about it is we really don't know how many views or follows we should have. Like what is good enough for you? And when you think about that, you'll never come to a number because you may
Mm.
say, "Oh, if I got 100,000 views right now, that'll make me happy." But I promise you, once you get that, it won't satisfy you. That's why you just should just be grateful for whatever you get. Like, I mean, it'll reach the right people at the right time. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff. So it doesn't, I don't know. I don't
I love
think about
that.
it. It's not that big of a
That
deal to me.
that is the first. That is an absolute first, because usually that's the one thing people focus on. And especially with channels like ours, where you're cooking what you're going to eat and what your family's going to eat. I'm cooking what I'm going to eat. The boys are at their dad's tonight, but usually they're, kids running around. It's like, I can't be concerned about that. I'll look at that
Right.
later. Like, we got hungry, hungry people.
Yeah,
So
I
we
know.
have another question for you. So I'm going to count out 18 crackers, and then I just put them in a Ziploc bag and mash them with the rolling pin. Is that
Mhm.
okay? Or
Yes,
any other
ma'am. That's what I
technique?
did.
Okay. So I'm going to mute myself while I'm doing that. But there's a question, girl. Do you have a favorite meal that you like to make?
Good question. I actually get this question often, and I'm sorry if you all can hear my thing going off, but I get that question often. My favorite thing to eat is Chinese food, but I like my own Chinese food. So I guess if I would have to say the favorite thing that I like to make would have to be like my fried rice. I love fried rice. I love egg foo young. Those are two of my most fave. And then I love seafood, but not I've noticed that I'm 40 now, and probably about a year ago, I started changing with that. So I think it's an age thing. So because I don't like seafood the way I used to. I used to be able to eat crab. Y'all know I love blue crab. If you've been following me, I used to make blue crab all the time, but now I don't even have a desire for them. But I think a part of the reason too is because if you are in my weight loss group, we do fast a lot. We fast multiple times throughout the year. And I think a part of it has been the fast breaking some those cravings off of me. So now I don't crave food. I don't have cravings. I used to have them. I used to have them really badly. So I think God just gave me he broke me free of food. So there are things I have a taste for, like, oh, I have a taste for this, but it's not a craving where I have to have it. Y'all know how a craving is. You craving a chocolate bar, you gonna go
Oh
get
my,
it. I don't care if you have to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. You're like, I got to have it. So God, I just feel like through
yes.
the fast that God broke off those cravings. So, you know.
I love that. I love that. Yes, we all, when you make those changes, it's hard in the beginning. And then you're just like, you look at stuff and like, I can't believe I used to. Thank you
Yep.
for sharing. All right. So
Yes. It
how
looks
does this look?
delicious.
Okay.
It looks great.
So is it time for me to get a bowl to put
Mhm.
everything in? Okay. So let
It
me
is
get a bowl.
time.
All right. So let's get a big bowl here.
Yeah, this recipe is super easy, you all. Once you actually have all your ingredients like she prepared them, got those together, you just get a bowl, honey, and we're gonna mix this together. Now, Maggie, I think you're choppy again. So let's see.
Okay.
It's kind of
I'm going to
let's see when you say
refresh.
something. Okay, she's gonna refresh. Hey, daddy girl. Okay, we're gonna see if this works, you all. Last time she refreshed it helped out. So
Yes. And we're back.
yeah. You
Okay,
good.
fantastic. Okay, so I heard what you said. This is an easy recipe. We've got our prep stuff back here. So I guess let's see what it says here. It just says combine all ingredients in a large bowl. So does it matter the order or should I just start going in?
It don't matter the order, honey. Let's
Okay,
let's
then
let's
what?
add the crab first. Let's add the crab first.
Okay, so let's do that. So we've got 1 can of crab meat, or if you don't have the canned crab, you can see in her recipe here, and this comes from her cookbook. So please support Miss Aisha. Her cookbook is in the description. This is her first of several. So I have from Publix, which is a grocery store here in the South. This is claw crab meat. I'm sure you could do this with like lump crab. With this, is there any crab it doesn't work with?
I wouldn't use imitation. So as long as you have crab meat, you can get it in the can or you can get the fresh like Maggie. That's the one I use for my recipe. Now most of my recipes, 99% of them are budget friendly. I know crab can be a little high, but she
Mm-hmm.
has the canned crab that is a little on the less expensive side. The fresh crab is going to be more. So you see she has the white crab, the bumblebee. You can grab that if you just want to go less with the price, but it's going to be
Okay.
more if you get it the fresh one.
Yeah, so this at Publix, and y'all can see, I mean, it's like a little soup cup container. This was
Mhm.
about $12, and I think this was in the $3 price range. And
Yeah.
look, we all know we got families and, stuff is
Hey,
expensive. I always like to share.
yep. And do
I
what you got to do because y'all know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw Mr. Raymack here. I have also followed your channel. So incredible that you are here. Yes, I will do a video. I think I have a short on my video. It's basically an overarm, and I'll show you the box. Since you guys want to know, I'm going to show you right now because if I
Yay.
don't, I'll forget. Let me get this
I'm the
up.
same way.
Yeah, I got to do it for
Either I
you
have to
now.
write a note or I have to do it right then because I will forget.
Okay, so this is what I have, and it just came from, no, is this it? Yes. Okay, so the brand is Viozon, and I do have a link in the description. If you look for something that says cheat sheet, a lot of the supplies that I use, I put in the cheat sheet. But you can see here, it's got the ring light, it's got a stand for my iPad, and then this is what you're looking. My phone is clamped up here. I'm gonna show you all. Look how bad I am. See, right here. I'm not a professional, but this is what I'm
That's
using. If you want to
okay.
screenshot it, this right here, and it came from Amazon Biozon, and it's an iPad and iPhone all in one.
That is nice. And you're doing amazing.
Oh my
You
goodness!
are. You're
Oh,
doing
thank you so much
amazing.
for saying that. Okay,
I don't just be saying stuff. I mean it.
let's get
You
back in.
are.
So we're gonna. Oh,
Uh-oh, Maggie, we can't hear you. She'll look up in a second. There
and
she is.
we're here. I am,
I told him, I said,
y'all.
she'll look up in
Thank
a
you for
second.
being Thank you for being patient with me. All right, so we're gonna open this. This just came from Publix. So this is the fresh one, and we're just gonna pop the top. You can get this in the seafood department,
Mhm.
in like the refrigerated section. So I heard what Miss Aisha said, anything except for the imitation. So we've
Yeah.
got our fresh crab here. If you want to take it out of the shell yourself, feel free. But we're just gonna put
Mhm.
this in the bowl just like that. And I like a kitchen snack. So I don't know, do you taste while you're cooking?
Yes.
All
Look, who
right.
doesn't taste while they're cooking, girl?
Exactly. You gotta taste it. Taste it.
And
All
the
right.
thing
So,
about it, you're in your own kitchen. You're in the comfort of your own kitchen. You can do all those things. That's the beauty of
mhm,
it. We're not at a
absolutely.
restaurant. We're at home.
We are at home. So we
It
have our
looks
crab
great.
in here. All right. So let's
Mhm.
see what is next on the recipe. We're just gonna go down, you guys. So now it says 2 tablespoons of mayo, and the capital T is tablespoon, and the little t is teaspoon. So let's get 2 tablespoons.
Especially for those who get my second cookbook because I didn't do TSP. I just did lowercase t. Lowercase t is
Mhm.
teaspoon, capital T is tablespoon.
So I'm using regular mayo, but I do want to give you all a substitute option. Beverages and condiments, I always say, are a huge place where you can save calories. So this brand right here, Walden Farms, they make sauces, spreads, dressings. I have a whole bunch of them, sugar-free, calorie-free, fat-free. So they are an apple
Wow.
cider vinegar base. Now, I will say this, because honest, just like you're honest, this has a
Mhm.
little bit of that zing, kind of like a Miracle Whip. You know how regular
Okay.
mayo is more like smooth and creamy. So if you
Mhm.
don't like that flavor, I always like to tell people, but in a sandwich or whatever, it's excellent. But for this recipe, I'm just going to go ahead and use regular.
Okay.
Thank you, Lawrence, for being here. Yes, they say taste it. It's a must. All right, so we're going to
Yes,
go
yes,
in
yes.
with two. All right, so
Mhm.
we have 2 tablespoons. We'll take that down, put that in here. Let me get a little spatula so we get it all out. I'm
Yes,
greedy.
we need all of that, honey.
Exactly.
No mayo left behind. I love, Dukes too. I love Dukes. So, yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So
this is
we
gonna
have
be
our
great. I'm
mayo.
excited.
I'm excited too. All right. So then let's see what's next on here after the mayo. Then we need 1 teaspoon of mustard. So let's get a teaspoon. All right, so we have our little teaspoon measure here. So I have just regular old French's mustard like you would put on a hot dog.
Mhm.
Christine says I'm tasting as I go. Oh, we have Mr. Option One in the house. Hello, thank you so much for being here. All right, so we're gonna go in with a teaspoon of mustard.
Mhm.
So far we have our crab and we have our Duke's mayo. So give the mustard a good shake. Y'all know how it comes out.
Yes.
So we have a teaspoon of yellow mustard. So we're gonna put that in there and just make sure we get all of that. All right, let's see what else is next. Now we need a half teaspoon of lemon juice. So I just squeezed it fresh. So let me get a half teaspoon. So we have one of these. Now, do you measure like this or do you just kind of put it
Girl,
on the
listen. The only way I measure, see, I cook differently every time I cook. So the cookbook was a challenge. People don't even understand. Me making a cookbook is a challenge. Because when I go in the kitchen, honey, I just cook for my soul. I just be like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it just comes out great.
I
But when I
know.
made the cookbook, of course, I had to. It was a challenge because I had to literally go in and do what you're doing, like measure everything out, like, to get
Oh,
the recipe right. So, oh no.
I'm
It's been
still here. Can
Oh,
you
there it
hear
is.
me?
Okay. It
Okay.
said we had a connection
Yes.
to you. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
So,
I'm subbing
but
over here
yeah.
too. Thank you for
So
saying that. It is hard to make a cookbook because
it
it's like you
is.
kind of how you feel, but I understand people want to know what they're getting. Thank you, Mr. Option
So
One.
I give you good recipes, but the thing is, when I cook, when y'all see me on live and stuff, look, you got to go to the cookbook for their recipe because this is something completely different. What I'm doing right now, it ain't
Okay,
gonna
so
look the
if I need
same. It ain't gonna look the
And that's
same.
totally fine. If I need to add more of anything, I will. And thank you so much for the compliment, May. I try to explain, I try to be a little bit of a teacher as I go because, like you know, Miss Aisha, all of us are at different levels of cooking. And so I never assume people, oh, everybody just knows that. So we have our crab, our
Yeah.
mayo, our mustard, and I'm going in with a half teaspoon. This is fresh squeezed lemon juice. I'm sure if you like more lemon, you could do even more than that. But this is what we got out of our lemon. All right.
Maggie, I'm gonna
Yes.
mute you just a second. I have a grocery delivery. I'm gonna mute you just a second.
I love it. Who doesn't do this? Now you know, y'all. She's at home just like me. How many times have y'all heard me say, one moment, I got a grocery delivery? I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we will let her tend to her grocery delivery. And then next, we've got a quarter cup of the diced onion. Yes, Celeste is also cooking from her soul. Mr. Option One, if you just hopped on, for anyone who just hopped on, I believe Miss Aisha said she is originally from Tallahassee, or born in Tallahassee, and then lived in St. Louis. I'll ask her again where she calls home, but she's a Southern girl.
Okay. Sorry, that wasn't even about my groceries, y'all. That was about the bird. It was is it egret, or it was some big white bird that came in my yard last night and they had to pick it up this morning or today. So I thought it was the grocery delivery, y'all. It's something else. It was about the bird.
Oh my goodness. I love
But they
it.
already
No,
picked the
but
bird
we
up. They
do.
picked the bird up. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. We have a question for Mr. Option One. Now, I know you explained your background already, but your accent, where would you say that accent comes from? Is it an Alabama accent, Missouri accent, Florida
I think
accent?
I don't know because me being born in Florida but raised mainly in St. Louis, when I'm in St. Louis, people always say that I sound like I'm not from there. And then when I'm in Florida, people say you don't sound like you're from here. So they kind of disown me both places, I think. I don't know where my accent came from.
Well, it is so
So,
distinct
I
and
don't
we
know.
love it. We
Thank
absolutely love
you.
it. Even when you're doing your cooking videos where you're just focusing on the food and you're not showing your face, we know. Y'all know a Miss Aisha
They they
recipe.
they recognize me
Absolutely.
in the store like that. They say, "Wait a minute, wait, I know you." I said, "You do?" Your voice, your voice. I said, people literally recognize me by my voice. So, and I don't want to be known. I'd be whispering to my, you know, because
Yes,
people will
yes.
point me out by my voice.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing this on your channels as well. I saw people checking in from Virginia. I'd love to know
Oh,
where people are
yay!
watching from. We got Georgia boys in the house. I'm a Georgia girl. You know, I'm a Southern girl. You're a country girl. All of us are welcome. That's
Yay!
one thing I love about food because it brings people together. But
It
yes, y'all
does.
shout out where your hometown
Yes.
is.
Share where you're from,
Okay.
honey.
Yes. So
Alabama
we
in the
have
house.
our Alabama's in the house. All right. All right. I love it. Okay, so we have our crab, mayo, mustard, and there's some lemon juice in there. So next we need a quarter cup of onion and a quarter cup of red pepper. So that's what we started off dicing. So I just moved it
Mhm.
behind me so you all could see. So let's grab that. All right, so you tell me, should I measure? I've got like some little ramekins. Should I measure a quarter cup, or just go ahead and dump them both in there?
I would sprinkle a little bit of each. That's what I would do.
Let's do
I
that.
would
Let's do
there
it,
you
Miss.
yep, that's what I would do, honey. I would yep, like that, a little bit more if
Okay.
you want it, and
Okay.
yeah, because it's because it really is all about what you want, especially when it comes to the onions and peppers. So if you
Okay.
love them, feel free to add as much as you want, but if you know you're not a big person on that, but you can take it, tolerate it, just do a little
Yes.
bit, sprinkle a little bit.
Okay.
'Cause
Absolutely.
that's
Well,
not
I'm
what's making your recipe, it's the flavor. Remember that, it's the
okay.
flavor of those seasonings that's what's gonna make them crab cakes jump, honey. You
I'm
gonna
sorry.
see,
Every time you
you
say
gonna
honey,
see. I say it a
you have
lot
to
too.
say
Oh my
yes.
gosh, I don't even realize I'm saying it.
I know. I love it. It's so oh, it's so organic. Someone else said this is so organic. And for a minute I was like, are we cooking organic? I don't know if this crab is organic. But amen. Oh my God.
You so funny, Maggie. It
Okay.
is though, like, I'm
Got
enjoying
our
this.
peppers and onions, crab,
It looks
mayo,
good.
mustard. Looks good. Okay.
It looks
So
great.
next we have the 18 club crackers. So is it time to put those in or wait until we do the
You can, because it's I mean, we're doing everything together, so it
okay.
it really does not matter the steps in which you add everything. I just wanted her to put the crab in first.
Yeah, so we
So
can see
I
it
would just take about, half of that,
okay.
or if you wanna do a little less, that's okay. So
Okay.
listen, just always remember that. The breadcrumb, what they're being used for is to help hold your crab cake together, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't need a whole lot. So for those that don't know, just but make sure you put some of it in there because you need some of
Okay.
that bread, the or you can use breadcrumb. It's all about what you want. So I like the club cracker because it has good flavor and it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, like that.
I know it's so much fun, isn't it? Okay, so we did this is like a third of a cup. So it's
Mhm.
probably yeah, I'd say that's about half. So is that looking pretty good so far?
Oh, yes, honey. I was telling
Okay.
Latasha earlier, I was like, my crab cakes is good, y'all. Y'all gotta try them. So I knew I was gonna
Oh,
be
I
excited.
cannot wait. Cannot
I knew
wait.
I was gonna be
And the
excited.
last thing is a teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce. All
Mhm.
right. So I have that here, and this is regular old Walmart dryer. And let's get our teaspoon. We just used it for the mustard, so it's okay. Let's see, have I opened this? All right. So we're just gonna
And
go
I
in
am
with the
big on
teaspoon.
none-name brands. You
Exactly.
don't have to
Look,
have that name brand. I'm big on great value.
exactly. Where is Brandon L. Jet? Shout out to the Walmart water. That's what I'm drinking. This
Yes.
sparkling
Okay
water.
now.
I love that. And that's the thing that I love. Like, even with 1.5 million followers, like at the end of the day, we're all people and just doing
We
the best
are.
that we can. And you know what?
That's right.
I don't have everything perfect. I got Walmart brand and we're gonna make it work. And so
That's right.
that is fine.
Girl, listen, I do that all the time. I go in there and make it work, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
I will create a
Okay.
meal in a second. That looks
That's what you have to
amazing.
do. So
Yes.
do you get in here with hands? Do you mix it or how do you get it all together?
However you wanna do, what you wanna do?
Well, I feel like, I'm on with her. I'm on with Miss Aisha, so I should probably be
I
proper and
do
kind of,
and
yeah.
I always do a little bit of both. Sometimes I
Okay.
cook with my hands, sometimes, I wear
Mhm.
gloves, and sometimes I, do it like you're doing right there.
It
You
smells
smell
so
it?
good. Oh my gosh, you
Oh,
guys.
wait, Maggie, I need you to add in a teaspoon of, Old Bay
Yes,
and a
ma'am.
teaspoon of Greek all-purpose, please.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So I'm just going to clean off the teaspoon from the mustard and get some more seasons in
Yes.
there. Absolutely. Man, y'all, it smells so good now. I know I don't usually eat club crackers, but y'all know they're buttery and they're just
Yes,
like,
that's
goodness,
it.
so, so good. All right, so Miss Aisha said the Old Bay seasoning, so we're gonna go in with our teaspoon and give it
Mhm.
some extra flavor. So you all know when you put your measuring cup in here, that straight edge is for you to slide it out and
Let me
just
see,
get a
hold on,
real
let me
easy.
see that. That's a lot. Don't do all of that. Do like a little bit.
Okay,
Just shake some in there, like a and do a little more. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay.
okay,
Yeah. And
all
do
right.
the same
So,
thing with the Greek. Don't do the whole
okay,
teaspoon, 'cause yeah, just shake a
yes,
little bit
ma'am.
in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So if you all have seen Miss Aisha's cooking, you know this is one of her go-tos.
It's
I
showing.
love this stuff too. Tell us about it. For those who aren't familiar, you use this on everything. What do you love about it?
I love that it's a perfect combination of is salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. I don't know what else they have in it, but I like the balance of it. There are many
Mm-hmm.
seasons out there. I'm not saying it's the best, but that seasoning there, honey, when I tell you, it's so good, and you don't need a lot, okay? And you don't have to use it every time you cook. I don't use it every time I cook, but I definitely know like it's a base seasoning I could use if I'm making a steak or some chicken or beef or something like that. And like I said, depending on how I feel, that's how I cook. Okay, let's sprinkle
Oh,
a little bit of
thank you
that.
so much, Michonne. Yes. All right. So we have just a little bit in here. So I'm gonna
Uh-huh,
sprinkle.
uh-huh, just like that. Yep,
Okay.
you good. Now
All
mix
right.
that up and fry that in
I,
the pan. Uh-huh.
y'all can see we got all those seasonings in there. Yes,
Yes.
y'all use it all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was smelling good even before, y'all, but yes, now, oh, and the color is good. Now, is there a reason why you use red pepper? If you have green pepper or yellow pepper, could you use any?
You can use any pepper that you want. Y'all know I'm big on make it how you want, okay? But I always
Yeah.
say, but if you try it my way, honey, it's gonna be good. So
Well, we are doing Miss Aisha's way. Y'all see, I'm following this recipe to the T. The recipe is in the description. This is her cookbook, her first of several. Please support and get her cookbook. It has 191 pages, you all, and each page is a recipe. So I'm telling you. All right, so we've got this nice and mixed up. So no egg,
you
nothing.
don't
We're
need no
just
egg. Now, if you want to add egg, like I always say, you could do, but you don't need it for my recipe. You gonna see. It's gonna come
okay,
all together.
perfect. Okay, so now at this point, we've got it all mixed together. What does the recipe say? Mix well, so we did that.
Mhm.
And then it says patty the mixture using a large spoon or ice cream scoop. I do have an ice cream scooper, or how big do you make
And
your
so for the patties, it's going to depend on how big you want to make them. So you can make them as small or as big as you want. That's not going to make a difference. The only difference would be, is, of course, is the cooking time. Okay, so if you make them smaller, of course, it's not going to take as long. And then,
Okay, so the little ice cream scooper I have is the little one that's a ball, but I think this is kind of small. I was gonna put them on a Caesar salad. What if this same little measuring cup that I used,
mhm, that'll
is
be
that
because all
about?
you need to do is scoop some. You actually can use the spoon that you were using and just take
Okay.
some if you're gonna pat it in your hand, just scoop some of that out,
Okay.
put it in your hand, and
Mhm.
make some patties, how big or small that you want.
Okay,
And
perfect. Go ahead.
my groceries are here. So
Okay.
you go ahead and patty, and then
Okay.
we need some oil. Put some oil on in the skillet, and I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get these made. So let me just move some stuff out of the way. I'm gonna get the skillet and the oil in there. Isn't this so cool? Oh my god. Y'all, can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe Miss Aisha is here? Okay, class. Focus, Maggie. All right. So she's getting her groceries. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Yes, I'm in the Atlanta area. Okay. Um, Focus. Let's clean up the ingredients so I can have the counter ready. All right, so you all can see everything. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, Money Bass. Thank you, Mr. Option One. Thank you, Mr. Kevin Brooks. I see the super chats coming in. I just want to respect her time. All right. So, so you all can see everything. Thank you, Wilbert. Of course, you know it's going to be good, right? All right. Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. I'm so, so grateful that you all are here. Miss Aisha has never done a collab like this. And she said yes to me. Oh, my goodness. Goodness. All right. So I need to get on patty making business. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So let's get a little tray, or little tray here. So I can get these patties made, and I'll just do them in my hand so you all can see. Thank you all so much for being here while I'm struggle cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna make these patties by hand, so let me just give them another wash. Yes, and thank you all for liking the live stream. Oh, you don't see the cookbook? It's in the description. Mona, if you would please grab or someone on Facebook, if you would find Miss Aisha's website. I think it's cookingwithaisha.net, and all of her cookbooks are there. All right. You love the crab cakes? You love the stuffed pancakes? Yeah, that's how she got started. All right, y'all, let me get busy. All right, so y'all tell me about this size. I'm team greedy over here. So I'm just kind of making them a little bit like a little, and she's back. Okay. All right, y'all, focus. We're good. All right, so we're making them, we're over here
What
cutting them.
happened?
Nothing at all, ma'am. How many
Okay.
patties do you usually make with this recipe?
Well, I do make mine a little bigger.
Okay,
So, but those are perfect. So
okay,
you're making a good size. I just
okay.
made mine a little bigger. I think I got about 5 or 6 maybe out of mine.
Okay, so let's
Out of
go.
that.
Let's go for the six. Oh, they smell so good, y'all.
I know they do.
If I could tell you, just of course, if you like fish, if you like seafood, and then you have the creaminess of the mayo and the butteriness. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Even though I'm gluten free, the butteriness of these club crackers, just
Yes.
oh
It's that whole combination. See?
yeah.
You see Maggie how it's coming together?
I see how it's coming together.
All of that matters. All of that matters,
Yes,
okay?
yes,
All of
it
these
does.
different flavors working together is what make
Mhm.
your tongue dance. That's what you want? That's what you want.
I love how you celebrate too when you eat something that you like.
Yes,
Goodness.
yes. It
Uh,
be so good.
it
Oh,
is
Lord
so good.
Jesus. It
Oh,
do. It
absolutely.
do.
Is there anything that you don't eat? Anything that you're like, I'm not having that?
Um, I do not like beets as of yet. I've
Okay.
tried beets before, the pickled beets and well, only pickled beets, but I'm that person. I'm so open-minded. I
Mm-hmm.
will try anything one time.
Me too.
Okay, that's how I'm able to actually cook on a variety the way I do too. So,
Uh-huh.
I'm open to try anything, you know.
Oh, okay. So you are a self-proclaimed country girl. I have to ask, is there anything I'll do like duck meat. I do like goat meat, and of course I'll eat lamb. Is there anything that's kind of like especially southern or gamey that you really, really like?
Raccoon. I love raccoon. So I mean, I eat everything. Okay. Now I wasn't gonna eat that bird from earlier because that was a different type of species. But I eat everything. I eat everything. I would eat horse if they would sell it. I mean, hey, how do you know? How do you know, Maggie? You don't know until you try it, okay? We ain't knocking nothing until we try it. That's all I'm saying. And listen, if horses were the last thing on earth to eat, I think we all be eating horse. That's
You're
all
right.
I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. They are laughing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and don't knock
Yep.
it till you try it because you're right.
Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm
So
saying.
I've never
I
had
make that
raccoon.
horse taste like steak. Hey, don't mess with me. You won't even know what you eating. What is this? Horse. Horseback. That's Mr. Ed, honey.
Oh my God.
Woo.
I'm here to, okay. So I have to ask, I'm going to get my cooktop together. We got all of our y'all are killing me. I know y'all see I'm dying over here. So we
They
got
look
all of our
amazing.
six Mr. Ed. Okay, so I clean as I go. So I'm just gonna rinse these, then we're gonna move. I have a little cooktop here, but I
Okay.
have to know. I've never had raccoon. I can't even do like alligator or anything. I know I'm a chicken.
Ooh, girl, alligator.
I
Oh,
haven't. I haven't.
Maggie.
I know. I know. One of these.
Um,
I want to. I just. It's a mental block. But how do you prepare raccoon and like what does it taste?
ooh, honey, you could bake it. And this is the thing. So you set your trap out, you catch your raccoon. Then you gotta skin it and all of that. You can leave the head on and all of that. You ain't gotta take that stuff off. And you bake it, and it's so tender. And you can make a gravy, honey. Listen, the only thing is it look like this. It's like, you know, and you got the teeth and everything. But if you can get past that, it's really actually good.
Oh
Hey.
my God! All I heard is
It's just cooking like this. you know. But hey, honey, listen. Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
I will have octopus. I will have Collab had a visual like a roadkill visual. This went left fast, but you know how in some it's like Caribbean and African and some Asian they serve the restaurants they serve the fish like with the I can't do it.
Yeah,
Can you do that?
I can.
Oh my God.
I can. Listen, Maggie, I will do it for you. So if we ever go out to eat, don't worry. I will eat your portion. Okay?
You,
I will
you
eat
can
your
have it.
portion.
You can have it. I just had oysters recently. I got a girlfriend in the Boston area, and she's like, "Oh, every time," and I'm just looking at them, and they're looking at me, and
I
they're
love
jiggling, and
oysters,
I'm looking.
honey. I started eating raw oysters when I was 3 or 4 years old. And I'll never forget it. I was standing outside of my uncle's house. My dad, my uncle, and one of their friends was standing in a circle around a cooler of oysters. And they were
Uh-huh.
drinking their beers. And I was tapping my dad on the leg, like, I want one. I want one. And he put one on. I don't know if it was in the shell or on a cracker, but I know he put a little hot sauce on it and gave it to me. And I was hooked. So I can sit and eat 3 to 4 dozen of raw oysters in one sitting. And I love for them to shuck them in front of me, or I can shuck my own. I can shuck them like a pro. Bloop, got it. I can do my own. Yes, Lord.
This is so many quotes. Oh my goodness, Miss Aisha. Okay, so on that note, class, I'm going to plug in.
I like your cooktop.
Thank you.
Where did you get that?
Also, this came from Amazon, and again, Aisha. I'm sorry, not Aisha. Mona. If you all should see in the description. I have a lot of links for you, and I make everything kind of like so we have a cheat sheet. So like the equipment and stuff I use is on there. I have a teacher's wish list, little things that I'll use in a recipe. So you'll see this in a cheat sheet, but it is ducks, and this is on Amazon. So I do have a stove, but you can see my kitchen. I have to be water, so I got this one little burner, and then I set it up so that you all can see.
So they can see it. I don't see it.
Do you
What is it?
see? Do you see
What
the
are we looking
cooktop?
for? I see no, I'm talking about the cheat sheet or whatever it is.
Oh,
Is it coming in the
okay.
comments or is that?
Description, like if you go into the event, I think in
Oh, I got you.
the
I
description,
got you. Okay.
yes. So I have it on stopping point. I will paste it in here so everybody has it. But yes, this is the duck top from
Yes.
Amazon that I'm using. It's just tasty cookware because for induction it has to have a certain kind of box. It won't work on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but you understand. Okay, so
Thank you,
we're
BJ.
gonna. Yes, thank you all. Such a country girl. We love her. This
Hi,
is so
Christina.
okay. So your recipe says, the recipe says vegetable oil for
Vegetable.
frying.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have regular vegetable oil, just for that's been approved for me, but I'm not going to use it. This oil is a nut-based oil. However,
Ooh.
it has a low smoke point, so I would not recommend this. Everything will be all smoky. I'll set up the alarm. It'll just be a problem. So saute or drizzle or whatever. This is what I usually use, and then of course I know I've seen you use grape.
I love grapeseed. Yeah, grapeseed. Yes, honey.
You can see here high heat cooking. So if you need to fry or do anything like that, there are some oils that are best. Which one would you like me to use?
Either one is going to be just fine. How about the grapeseed?
Okay. So now you know I'm about to go get the measure for 3 tablespoons or until I get a little layer. Just yes.
Just drizzle.
Ma'am.
Let me see. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Let's see. You could do a little bit more, a little drizzle, a little more.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Because it's really, you just need enough to where you can know, you're frying your crab cake, but not deep frying it or frying it. We're just really cooking it.
Okay.
So is the oil going to come back to the center point or is it kind of?
You know what? I'm seeing it kind of, maybe it's the
kind of go to the
like how
sides.
it's kind of going.
Okay.
So that I have like a whole layer, like enough so that it kind of.
Uh-oh, Maggie, you froze. Maggie. Okay, we'll wait just a moment, you all. It seems like we're still live. Okay, so it's just her. And thank you, Marie. Hello, Deborah. Hey, Deborah. How y'all doing? Christina, my crab cakes are so good. I want you to try the recipe. There she is. Oh, it's still frozen. We'll give her a second. Hey, Lutasha. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Loretta. Hello, Bobby. Hi, Regina. Thank you, Lynn. Hey, Sharia. The kids are good. Yeah, she'll be right back, Dottie. She'll have to go out and come back in. Hey, Keisha, I got a text from you. What you say, girl? I think you was telling me that you were coming back. Oh, thank you, Keisha. I love you. Thank you. That's my sister. Thank you so much. Yes, you got to try it, Lamisha. Me too, Lutasha. Girl, after watching her, I'm going to have to make these.
And I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Struggling.
Told y'all. I told him, Maggie. I said, she'll be back.
Oh, this is just, okay. Of course, so I had a little blip with the power. I don't know what happened. And now this is, okay. So what I was asking, should I put a little bit more oil in here so that it actually, I get the whole layer there. And now this one is not.
Well, you put enough, like that's the normal amount. It's just the way the pan is made. So you could just put your crab cakes on the outer layer, just instead of putting them in the center. You could just put them around the edges.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Because you have enough oil.
Okay.
It's not the oil. And we don't want to have too much oil because we don't want greasy Crab cake. We want
Ah, okay,
flavorful but fried crab cake.
okay. And I'm gonna show you all my let me show you my setup. So
Thank you,
my
Daddy.
phone died, so you all can see here. Oh, there, this is what I got going on. And the little over there's the
Oh,
ring light,
wow.
there's a little mount where
Oh,
it's gonna go
yes.
over it. So this is what I'm tapping here, and then I got everything down here. Thank you, Marie. All right, let me take it down. Let me clamp
It's
it
pretty
back up
nice.
so y'all don't get um and get you. It's a struggle, but we're gonna make it work. We are almost there. All right,
We
let's turn
are.
this.
And take your time, Maggie. Take your time.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Because sometimes
We'll get there. We'll get there.
sometimes people are like, "Was this a cooking show? This is horrible." So thank y'all. Thank you, Marie.
Girl,
Okay,
listen. You know what we're gonna say to that, Maggie? God bless you, and we're gonna keep it moving.
keep it moving. Okay, so I have this
Keep it
goes
moving.
from 0 to 10, and I have it on 5. So is that
Okay.
medium heat or medium? Is that good? Medium
You need
high?
medium high. Medium
Okay.
high.
All
I
right.
don't know what number that would be, but
This gets
medium
hot
high.
pretty fast, so I put it on 6. Do you want me to just go ahead and put them around here now?
Yes.
Okay, and it looks
And
like
you don't want to cook.
no, I'm listening. I'm just checking them. I'm gonna turn it down. My internet just blipped for a second, but go ahead.
Okay. And I'm big on, sharing with people, don't cook your food on high. Like start low because you can always turn your heat up. But if you start high and you put your food in the pan, it can scorch your food, it can burn it, and then you can't save it. So don't fret. If you're not frying chicken, of course, that's something different. But something like this, you can start low and increase your heat. It's better than when you start high and try to go low because by the time you put that food in there, it's too high. Don't nobody want no black crab cake. I know I don't, or you don't want your food to be scorched. Okay. So
All
while
right,
she's
so
reset,
back
you
there.
good?
All
Okay.
right, let's remove that one and let's get this one back on. I had myself logged in twice, but you said medium high. I think we're ready to put the crab cakes
Yes.
in there because it's nice and hot. All right,
Okay. And I
let me.
was just sharing with them, always start lower. Don't start higher because if you start on a higher heat and you burn your food, it's too late. You can't save it. I mean, you can
Okay,
still eat it if it's burnt, but you don't want to, if you start low, you can always increase your heat to where it needs to be.
okay. So would I just go ahead and place them in here now?
But you on a number 4.
Uh huh.
What temperature is that?
That's 4, but it's starting to smoke. Like it's like
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead then. But
okay.
it's
So I'll
probably
put
because
them
we're
back
using the
on
grapeseed oil too. We're
top.
using
Okay.
that grapeseed oil, so that does create that as well. So let's go
Okay.
ahead
So
and
we'll
put
go
them
up to
in.
okay. Oh, I broke one.
That's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. It's still edible.
Exactly.
That's how I am. It's still edible, honey.
All right. So they're doing their thing.
Okay. I'm excited. So you can kind of scoot them couple ones that kind of fell apart. Just kind of scoot them back together. They'll cook just fine.
Okay.
And just be careful, of course, when you're turning over your crab cake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the things, Maggie, that I did call for the recipe is to coat them on the outside with a little breadcrumb, but it's okay. That's not something you have to do. So
Oh,
no, it's okay. It's not going to take away from it, is what I'm trying to tell you. So don't worry about it. It's not going to take away. You'll
should I
see.
put a little bit on top or
No,
just
it's
okay?
fine. It's okay. The next time you make them, you can do that if you want, but
Okay.
it's not gonna ruin your crab cake. I promise. It's gonna be good because you have all the flavor you need in your crab cake.
Okay. Y'all,
So
this
it's cooking like on a medium. Is that
yeah,
like a medium? That's a good temperature. Okay.
this is a good temperature. I'm noticing a
Yes.
little bit of browning on here, but I do have
Mm-hmm.
oil on the side, so I'm just gonna try and move carefully so everybody gets a little bit of oil.
Yes, honey. I'm so excited for you.
The pan is level. I think my pan has like, it kind of grooves. Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's the only thing.
That's okay. So we'll let them cook for just a few minutes.
Okay.
The thing about seafood, you all, it does not take long to cook, but because it is kind of patty, you want to give it a little time to cook, all the way through on one side, and then we flip it over. You only need to flip it one time.
Okay. Absolutely.
So,
Wayne, this
yes.
is Miss Aisha's crab cake recipe. If you look in the description of the event, you'll find, or I think I pinned it in the chat. At least I did on YouTube. You all can see it there.
Yes, and feel free to share this recipe with your people. I have no problem with that. So
Thank
if you all
you.
want the recipe, just take away what you don't like, add what you want. The only two things on this recipe that I had Miss Maggie add is a little bit of the Old Bay and a little bit of the Greek all-purpose. So that's a few things you can just add to add a little flavor, a little extra flavor.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Y'all, it smells like a seafood restaurant in here.
Mm-hmm. It's looking great. Looking amazing.
Yes.
Now, if you like, you can kind of flip one to see. Let's see how brown that we have the other side. Oh, yes, honey. You good. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I just won one.
I know. I want to cook for you.
I want one. Oh, it's going to be so good. And just be careful with your crab cake. I mean, it's crab cake. Well, I was talking to the other people. Just be careful with it. They're delicate. They're fragile.
We had, I see they kind of fall apart, which is fine. Let me turn them because I'll talking. But does the extra Toll House give it like any more structure, or is it just more like buttery flavor?
I believe it does because well, yours are doing just fine. Okay. Yours are actually fine how they're supposed to be. Okay. So you're doing great. And one of the things, this is a tip that I have for those who, if you cook online or any of that, what you do is you see how this side is a little darker, everyone. So what you do is you let your other side cook for just a few minutes. And then when you serve it on the other side. Okay. You serve it on the lighter brown side. Then I'll show you what I mean. In just about a minute and a half, you'll be ready to take those out. But what you do is when you take them out, flip them over when you put them onto your paper towel.
Okay. So
or your rack or whatever you're going to put them on.
Okay. What do you use? Do you use a cooking rack or a paper towel?
I use paper towel, honey.
Paper towel? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they look amazing. But if you just want them a little lighter, all you got to do is just flip them over. And you serve them on the other side. Because who's going to pick up that crab cake and look on the other side? Nobody. And it's still going to be delicious. And that's all that matters. Yeah,
this cooktop, it heats up pretty fast.
It's hot. A good cooktop, though. That's a good cooktop.
All right.
So we'll give it about 30 more seconds.
Okay. Yeah, so for presentation, you definitely...
For presentation, that's all it is. Because, I mean, hey, it's good. It's going to be good either way it goes. But, like when I do my videos or that's what I'll do. I just flip it over. They don't know. They have no clue.
Exactly. If you're cooking live, y'all see it all. There's no way to make it...
That's right. Yes, Randy, she didn't use all the crab crackers. I mean the crab crackers, the crackers, but that's fine because you can use more or less. You feel free to add egg if you want. I personally don't add those into mine, so it's up to you. See that? That's what I'm talking about right there. Look, boom. So that's just a little trick. So just
Absolutely.
So they're still going to be good and delicious, but hey.
Y'all would still eat this?
That's right. I know I would, honey. Listen, I have little mishaps all the time. All you got to do is know the trick of the game, honey.
I know.
Look, delicious, nice and crispy. And they're nice and brown, but you have a nice, and it's okay if it falls apart. Don't fret about that. It's going to be fine. But I love that cooktop. Look how beautiful they are, you all. It looks delicious.
We have one that's a little bit of...
I'll take it.
For kitchen snacks, right?
Pass it over.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and feed y'all right here. So there you go. There's your...
Golly, that looks so good. And see, I know the flavor of it. So I'm
Mhm.
just like, ugh, I wish I could just have that.
I know. I wish I could cook for you. So what I was gonna do for presentation is just make a quick salad and put it on, or do you want me to just go ahead and
Oh
taste it?
no, I want to see the salad, honey.
Okay, it's just a bag salad, just a Caesar
That's
salad.
okay. That's
Okay.
okay. I think presentation is everything. I'm big on that. Now, I don't feel like you have to do things a certain way, but I know for me, just I try to encourage people, put love into your food. Put love into making it, cutting up your peppers, your onions, cooking it. Put your love into it. Even when you're presenting it, it does not have to look the best. It's the point
Mm-hmm.
you put your love into it. People
Mm-hmm.
know that. Whoever
Yeah,
you're serving, even if you're making it for yourself, make it
absolutely.
look presentable. It makes you feel better. It tastes better. All that good stuff. So, hey.
So I'm going to give you all a presentation tip as well. So I have white plates and I have black plates. And depending on what I'm cooking, I want the colors to kind of pop. So if I
Mhm.
were doing something lighter, like I'm going to do the salad on a black plate so the green lettuce jumps off of the plate. If I'm doing something darker color or with the red sauce, I'll put it on the white plate just for a little bit of contrast. So just
Hmm.
sharing that with y'all. Just a regular
Awesome.
bag Caesar salad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I eat all of that.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
Mhm. They look so good, Maggie. Oh my
I
gosh.
can't wait to taste them, but I'm gonna
Girl,
take a quick.
listen, now that you putting it on the salad, though, it makes me think like I'll be then messed around and drizzled it with some Caesar. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff
Exactly, that's
I
what I'm
do.
gonna do. So
Drizzle
I
it
just
with some
have
Caesar.
regular romaine. So
Mhm.
this could be whatever greens of your choice. This is dinner for me, and
Mm.
y'all know what comes in here: the croutons, the parmesan, and the Caesar.
Mhm.
Now you want some crab cake? Thank you,
Yes, you making
Robbie.
everybody want crack cake.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm just gonna open this up. This is just an easy way to make, a nice dinner. You can use whatever substitutes that you have, but
Mm.
I do like trying to plate and enjoy, something a little bit.
Yes.
So it makes you feel like, you have a nice meal yourself as
Mhm.
well. All
Mm-mm,
right.
mm-mm.
So for dairy substitutes, this is just regular Parmesan, but I will give you all a dairy substitute in case you want. So if you can have regular grated Parmesan cheese, that's fine. Another substitute, Pecorino Romano. This is made from sheep's milk. I do a lot of goat's cheese and sheep's cheese to avoid cow dairy. If you have issues with that, you can get other substitutes. This is the grated kind, so this would be a good
Mm.
substitute for the one that's in like the shakeable. But just always like to give you all different tips. But since this came in the salad bag, we have the oh yes, y'all would eat it absolutely. We have our romaine and parmesan, and then even though I'm gluten free, I'm gonna go ahead and put a few croutons on this salad because I still make my posts of the finished product. But
It's gonna be great.
mm-hmm. And then you can make
Mm-mm-mm.
it as fancy or as simple as you want to. Caesar salad doesn't really have a lot got going on, but you all can see here. Oh, it froze up. All right. We'll take that down. It'll be back in just a second. And then we're just gonna drizzle on. And then what I do, you all, I put the dressing on the salad. Then I'm gonna put the protein. So whether it's salmon or anything, I put the dressing underneath. And then that way the fish or the crab cake kind of shines by itself. You still get the
Mhm.
flavor, but that way
Mhm.
it's not kind of covered up.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna take this down. We'll see. It'll come back in just a second, y'all. So I'm just gonna drizzle a little across.
Mhm. Do it, Maggie. Girl, you better do that salad.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm just so
I'm going
excited.
to have
I'm
this.
trying to get myself together. Okay.
Get yourself together. Oh, it's fine. This is now you know how we feel, right, y'all? Isn't this how
Apparently, because this never happens to me.
exactly? Now you know how we feel when
I
we're watching
see.
you do all of that and you're putting it on the plate and it's coming together and we can just imagine that first bite.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's like a punishment because you can't taste it.
I know, I know. I'm just getting my overhead. Y'all know I'm struggling over here, but don't worry. All we have so far, I'm gonna plate the crab cakes on there, and then that's gonna be it. I'll take a picture and then I'll take a bite. Let me just get this over here so y'all can see. But yes, this is the struggle.
I don't want to be in this position no more. This is not a good position. This is not what it is.
I
Like,
was gonna
no.
ask you to come back, but
N-
now you
The only way I'm coming back is I'm cooking with you. I'm not sitting in this position. I'm cooking with you so that
yes,
I can eat
yes.
my food and taste it just like you've been doing. And when we
Ooh,
done, I get to eat too. I'm not doing this.
ooh. Would
Mm-mm.
you all like that? Would you all
I
like an
have to cook
actual?
with you.
Oh my
I
God,
have
yes,
to.
absolutely. I'm cooking for you, and you're. Oh my God, we'll do like a cooking swap. All right, so now you
Yes.
all can see we have our romaine.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. It just keep on messing up, y'all, but it's okay. We gonna get through this live. We gonna get through it. Thank you all for your patience. I don't know why it keeps messing up, but it's okay. She'll be back. Oh yeah, next time you all, I'm cooking too. I don't know how y'all sit and just watch the cooking. I have to be cooking too so that I can taste food while I'm cooking and all of that good stuff. And I want to be eating this salad right now. So, nope. This is the first time for me. So, that's going to be good, Christina, making flounder. Mr. Key said it happens to the best of us. All right now, Miss Sherry. I agree, Rosalind. A few slices of lemon. It is hard, Tracy. Thank you, Lutasha. Okay, Randy, she coming. It's the Wi-Fi or whatever the issue she's having, but she'll be right back. It does look delicious, Christine. Please, Renee, try the recipe. I asked Maggie to post it for you all. So hopefully she will get it posted for. I'm sure she will. I'm not sure, Cherie, when I'm coming back. Me too, Dottie. I'm not going nowhere. Just takes a little patience, and I'm pretty sure it's not like this all the time. Sometimes you all know how the internet is. Sometimes it acts right, and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm patient, so I'm not hip to your channel. If you just look me up, Cooking with Aisha on Google, it'll tell you all of my platforms. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'm everywhere. um, Me too, Joy. We need smell-o-vision. Yes, Pamela, you gotta make them. Agreed, Randy. Jeffrey, you can use what you like. You can use salmon. You can use what was I thinking earlier? It was something. I would even use canned chicken to make canned chicken cakes. Like, I'm a creative though. Like, I just come up with stuff off the top of my head all the time. I'm not your typical I'm not gonna say typical. I don't make normal stuff. I think outside the box. So a lot of the things that I make are just not things that you would normally put together. So I'm always coming up with something different because I like to eat different. And I just feel like there is no limit to that. You can always recreate things. Our meats and stuff are going to stay the same, but there are different ways you can recreate it and have different flavors and things like that. And we're waiting for you.
And I'm back. You know what? This is what we're gonna do because everything just keeps just dropping. And I'm so sorry, y'all, but I didn't do anything. So we are going to finish this salad and thank Miss Aisha for this
Yeah, we're
struggle.
just talking until you come back. It's just like,
Oh,
oh, well.
thank you so much. Yes,
You're
I'm back.
welcome. It's okay. It's not your fault. So, hey.
Yeah, of all the
Bye,
days,
Cherie.
of all the days. All right, y'all. So
Exactly, Randy. I just be thinking of a stuff just to make. We were
mhm.
talking about different meats we could do with the instead of the crab cake. I was like, I would even do a canned chicken patty, honey.
You know what? Have you ever? I'm sure you've made salmon patties. I tried
I
them before.
have.
The ones in
Mhm.
the can did not come out well for me. I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. Would you just do the same recipe but substitute salmon?
Yes. And I have to look at what my recipe is. Because we're talking about salmon cakes, not the what am I trying to think of? What are those
The
fried ones you all? The fried
salmon croquettes or whatever they.
yeah, not I don't
Mhm.
like those.
Okay,
I can
I
make
didn't do
them, but
well
I
with
don't
those
like
either.
them. Yeah, I
Okay.
can make them, but I don't like them. So if no one requests them, I don't.
All right, you all. So where were we before my struggle? All right, so we have our salad here, and we are going to plate.
Yes,
We're going to get the nice colored, not burnt, but well done crab cakes.
that's
They're
right.
still
Oh, it
very
looks so
warm.
good.
Mm-hmm. Then we're going to
Mm.
place that one, and we'll try and get the ones that
Mhm.
are as round as possible, maybe a little bit different size, but let's put,
Yeah, I'm
I
from
don't know
St.
how to
Louis,
figure all the
honey.
oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to place this here,
Ooh,
and
Maggie, honey.
this
Mm,
is
mm, mm.
your meal. So I am going to take a quick picture and video, and then I'm going to taste it, because you know how you eat it and then you're like, man, that was good. I should have
I
got
know,
that.
I
Oh my gosh, y'all. After all of that, so we're going to take a few pictures, one with a flash, one without. Oh, and then turn. Do you do your own food photography and
I
everything?
do. Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just us. All right. Then I'm
I
going to take a quick little reel.
I went to Hazelwood East High School, class of '01. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
So yes.
All right, y'all. We've got Miss Aisha's crab cakes here. These are with the swimming crab over a Caesar salad. They have the Nestle Toll House Club crackers, Old Bay, Greek seasoning, pepper and onion, and Worcestershire sauce. So we're going to give those a taste. All right, now comes the taste. But please finish what you were saying about high school.
Oh no, someone was asking where I went to high school. So I was sharing I went to Hazelwood East High School, class of 2001. I grew up
All
on
right.
Natural Bridge and it was Natural Bridge and Marcus, if you're familiar with that. Then I lived out in North County. All right, Maggie, I'm ready, honey.
All right, you guys ready? So all right, so we're gonna get in here. We're gonna taste a little bit of the crab cake by itself, y'all. I'm gonna go in.
Wait. Can we see it? Oh, I was trying to get a closer look. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks so good, you all. She about to shout, y'all. I know, honey. I know. Ain't the Lord good?
Oh my
Ain't he good
god,
though?
all the time, y'all. This salad,
Oh my goodness. Maggie, you did
they
an
are so
amazing
tender.
job.
Oh, thank you. Now I'm gonna take a bite with a little bit of salad. You all, it's nice and mild, seasoned very, very well. You got that nice little crispy fried crust on the end. Inside, they're nice and
Hmm.
tender. Oh, let me give you guys the oh,
And the
taste it.
crackers will give it a crispier. Um, so if you want a
Mm-hmm.
more crispy outer edge, you can add the crackers for the outer coating. Maggie's so silly. I know, honey. I know. It's so good.
Y'all,
Oh.
y'all, you would sit down for this dinner
Mm,
and you
mm.
would feel like you spoiled yourself. Emma is laughing. I'm telling you, y'all, it is so good. Just the crab
Yes.
cake by itself. Let me show you all one that we
Oh,
have.
yes. Oh. It looks so good.
Mm.
Oh, Maggie, you did so good. It's
Oh
so
my
good.
goodness.
I already know. I already know.
With all of this struggling, y'all have got to make Miss Aisha's crab cakes. I'm telling you,
Yes, you all.
it
Make
is so
all my
good.
recipes, honey. Make them all.
Yes,
Don't just make the crab
absolutely.
cakes. I have a ton of recipes, and all of my recipes are not even in my cookbook. I have well over 200 recipes at this point that are recorded, but I make up stuff all the time. So I've
Oh
been
my God.
making up stuff and sharing it as well since I've printed the 2 cookbooks. I have more coming. A low carb cookbook is coming, which is good if you're diabetic to help lower your A1C.
Mm-hmm.
Come join my weight loss group. We're finishing up a Daniel's fast, but we will be starting our next weight loss challenge on February the 1st. It's free. And that's all I got.
Oh my goodness, Miss Aisha, you have been such an absolute joy. I cannot believe for your you collab with me with all of this struggling, but you all, this is incredible. I have made Miss Aisha's, of course, Your king crab, baked king crab, when you
Ooh,
season it, I've made that. I have made your
all right
fried
now.
chicken tacos.
Oh,
I've made that.
yay.
Oh, I've been watching. I've been watching for a
Okay
long, long.
now.
Oh yes, I have been watching. I have been in the weight loss support group. Help me to hit a milestone. I know this struggle.
Praise God.
I cannot, yes, I cannot thank you enough. And you all, this right here, these crab cakes, I'm telling you, they're tender and creamy on the inside. Even though I didn't do all the
Hey, Norma.
crab crackers, got a nice little crust because of the way we pan fry them. You could do this
Hmm.
with other veggies, or I like it over a salad. I like the contrast. This is dinner for me. I am
Yes.
so thankful. So we made
Thank you all so much. Yeah,
no,
and hey, it happens. I was telling them we just need a little patience. Where we going? What we rushing for? You don't ever want to rush good food, okay? Just take your
how
time.
about
Stuff
that?
happen. Just take your
Mm-hmm.
time. It's gonna be good when it all come together. So just don't worry
Oh,
about it.
thank you
Don't worry about it.
so much. Oh,
Thank you
thank you
too,
all
Maggie.
so
Thanks for
much.
having me. Thank you all for hopping on.
Yes, please go support Miss Aisha. Facebook, Twitter. I'm not sure if she Twitter, YouTube.
Just Google me. They can just
Okay,
Google
just
me.
Google her, find her, get the her cash app is $selectblends. Please support her. Her cookbooks are on her website, cookingwithaisha.net. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I appreciate you all being here and for waiting with me. It was definitely worth the wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and say class is dismissed. Thank you so much, Miss Aisha, for being here.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.